It's okay. We put this on YouTube, on Facebook, on social media, on my site. Use it for courses, for educational purposes.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. So, what changes have you noticed?
I have felt, what's the word? More carefree about what other people think, or that neediness. You know,
Good.
that neediness to be around, or to be flipping, expecting to be wanted by my friends, or even, to be around. Always looking for, I've always had this thing, feeling like, oh, not wanted, or especially by friends and things like that. Now I've been spending, I do spend time to myself, with myself. If I'm not with people in recovery, I spent some time with people who are not in recovery, and I thought I'm not really missing anything,
Mm-hmm.
but uh, I don't know whether it's part of the process, but where there's a part of me which just feels angry, but motivated by that anger, thinking, you know what, I don't give a damn anymore. You know what, I can't give a damn. It's
Mm-hmm.
tiring living this false, seeking that approval from outside,
Good.
except for one person,
Which
which
is?
which is my father, which is a subject of today's.
Okay.
Yeah, I think parents go in deep, don't they?
They sure do. They sure do.
Yeah, but I do feel I have sent more compassion for my ex-wife. You
Mm-hmm.
know, call it healthy guilt, but
Well, why do you need to have the guilt
I
for
think
it?
I pray for it. Healthy guilt, I don't know, because I think looking back, looking back, I got married because I was just trying to fit in or please my parents and social acceptance. I never really loved her, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't there. You know, I was at that stage in my life then. I didn't even know it then. That I was thinking, you know what, I just wanted to get married, and I wouldn't married anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It was just about flipping. I felt like I'm getting old. I need someone. No one will marry me, and blim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even though we were worlds apart and everything, and who she married me for genuine reasons. She felt like I was interested in her and loved her, and I did make that effort for her. I've never really done that for anybody else. But for that social, to get that, tick that box, I've never really seduced or romanticized with any woman properly, taken them and spent time with them like I did with her
Mm-hmm.
before marriage. And then once we got married, I was like just with Bash, carrying on living like Bash, you know what I mean, and just leaving her at my parents and going off for little breaks, retreats, weekends, here and there, meetings. Looking back, I think flipping, and she didn't. That's why I think within the first 3 months, she did say to me, Bash, why did you marry me? And I couldn't even lie or say something like, oh, I loved you, that's why. I couldn't even answer it. I think she felt it then, at that time.
Okay.
But, I'm not going to beat myself up for it, It was her choice. We moved on, you know.
Yep. We
I
all
prayed for it.
do. We all do things in our life. We all bring things into our life, and the only real important thing is that we learn from what we did wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, maybe, I don't know, I had to learn through that episode, those years, of the consequences of me not being true to myself, of not being authentic and doing things for the right reasons. That's why there's probably this bit of anger thinking, you know what, I'm sick of just trying to be the nice guy and conforming, you know what I mean?
If the anger is getting you to move off your back end and do things that are authentic to yourself, then it's a good anger.
Yeah, 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 it's good anger. It's not self-pity or blaming, but you know what? Now, a lot of the time this week as well, I put my hands up to my parents. They are who they are. But still, it is difficult still, but I'm not responsible for their happiness.
That's correct.
I mean, I'm not, it doesn't give me the right to hurt them, which it doesn't, but I'm not responsible for their dreams and ambitions and their, you know, but sometimes, I have this little, when I'm around my father, especially when I go there, but, I have to put my boundaries up. I'm learning. I need to put my boundaries and limitations. I'm living separately. I'm going to sort this house out so that my daughters can spend more time with me in my home. Because what I've been doing all this time is usually when I get the girls, I go to my parents' house. And I can see it, from my dad. He's a very sarcastic person, patronizing he can be, and critical. And my mum, they're old. They're old now. They're saying, oh, we should be retired and this and that. And when they got grandkids coming, they do love it, but they make a mess and whatever. And I don't need that vibe from them when what I get from them sometimes. I feel like my dad last night, for example, we all ate our food. And because I've got the girls, there's only so much I can do cleaning up, tidying up there. And everybody ate, and they left the kitchen. No, my brothers left the kitchen as it was, and my dad, I think he ended up cleaning it up, which is right. It should have been cleaned up by one of the boys. But, they've got this view that, and it's probably quite common in Asian families, that parents get to this age, they should have had a daughter-in-law, grandkids, daughter-in-law cleans up and does everything for them, and, but it seems like, and this is where my guilt comes in a way, is I've got parents still sort of cleaning up after us. But that's why I've made my decision to sort this own house out, and so that I don't have to feel that. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, my children are my responsibility, not theirs.
Mm-hmm. Good.
I used to feel bad that my kids don't cling to my parents, or they do or don't. But is it more important, or is it important that they are attached to me, and that's insecure. My parents, they say, oh, it must be the mother conditioning them not to like the grandparents from this side. I think they don't understand anything. You know what I mean? You can't do that. You can't think it's that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You mentioned something about your father.
Well, yeah. My dad, I think I feel like sometimes, especially when I'm around him, this flipping, the last couple of days, yesterday especially, I seen him looking a bit down, sad, or just in his own world. And I don't know whether this is my inner child doing his reading. I feel like he's not happy. Is it me? Have I done something? And, my dad, all he does is, and it brings up shame and failure for me when he's talking about his friend's son who's a millionaire, his other friend's a counselor, and they're successful, and he just loves talking about other people and what they've done and their successes and everything. And when he talks like that, I just feel like a failure around him.
Okay. Say those words. I'm a failure.
Pardon?
Say those words. I'm a failure.
Oh God. I'm a failure.
0 to 10. How strong do you feel it?
10.
Okay. See your control board in front of you. See the failure switch. See that's at a 10. Okay. And now look at the self-worth switch. Where's that?
0.
Shake your hand and touch it. Self-worth 1. Notice where you feel it inside.
In my chest.
Turn the switch up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you do.
My neck.
Okay, what'd you get up to?
7.
Okay, does it go any more or is it stuck?
Stuck.
What's the color that you attach to that feeling in your neck?
Red.
What color do you want it to be?
White.
Go ahead. Breathe the white in. Keep breathing it in until there's no red left. It's all white. Okay. Go back to the switch, the self-worth switch. Turn it up some more. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn it up.
Yeah. 10.
10. Okay, take a look at your failure switch. Where's that at now?
5.
Okay, go back to your self-worth. Try to turn it down, see what happens instead.
Yeah. It's gone to 7.
Okay. Where do you feel it?
feeling a warmth of sensations running up here.
Okay, is that a good feeling or a bad feeling?
Oh, it's good.
Okay, turn it back up or see where it is. Self-worth 1.
Yeah.
Where's it now?
10.
Okay, take a look at the failure switch. Where's that now?
0.
Okay, go back to self-worth for a moment. Try turning it down, see what happens instead.
Struggling.
Okay, go to the failure switch. Try to turn it up, see what happens instead.
Struggling to go past 1.
Okay, say the words again. I'm a failure.
I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. I'm a failure.
Feel the difference?
Yeah. Oh, I'm a failure. Oh, God.
Okay. Now go back. Hear your father talking about all those other sons who are lawyers, doctors, psychologists, millionaires, counselors.
This is bad. What the hell? Oh.
How are you feeling as you hear that in your head?
I don't feel happy for some reason.
Because you're doing the best you can with what you have. And you're going to make yourself an amazing life with it for yourself and for your kids. Right? And no one could ask for anything more than that.
Yeah.
Okay. Try to find that failure feeling again. See if you can.
This is a bit mad. I thought it was just cold, right? Earlier on, when we first started this exercise.
Yeah.
And I thought it was just my head that was feeling these cold sensations coming. What is that? And when you just said, look for the failure, I'm trying to look for it. And I'm expecting this cold sensation as well.
The,
Is
co-
that...
the cold, there is a connection between the mind and the body. If you feel that you're a failure, you connected it with the cold. The feeling of success, say the words, I'm a success.
I'm a success. I'm a success. I'm a success. I'm a success. I'm a success.
How's that feel?
Warm.
Okay. You're associating, there's a link between warmth and success and failure and cold. But we got rid of the failure. So when you say the words, I'm a failure, you look for the cold, but you can't find it anymore. We got rid of it.
It's mad, isn't it?
Why?
I don't know. I just don't get it.
Because you spend all those years feeling a failure for no reason? And it was as simple as that to get rid of it.
No, that yeah. Was it that simple? My dad had so much power over me.
Yep. What are you feeling now?
I'm not a failure. Fucking hell. Sorry.
It's okay, don't worry. I've heard
My
worse.
dad shouldn't. My dad shouldn't have the power. Why has he got the power? Why did he have the power?
Well, when you were young, you had no choice in the matter. It takes a very, very, very courageous child to go against his parents. Okay?
And addiction, using drugs, was that was my way then of rebelling and going against him.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I got a lot of attention then.
Yep.
Looking back, my mum, after what she shared about my little daughter, who doesn't get much of the attention, and that was just me as well. I think the child grew up to become angry and chip on his shoulder and use drugs to get and he got the attention. I had it then. Yeah, I had them running around for me everywhere.
Well, take solace or hope in the fact that your daughter, Kat, is not going to have to suffer that because you're aware of
No,
it.
yeah,
And that's
and that,
enormous.
and that's why on Sundays when usually I drop Fatima off. It's about 11. Then I say to the mother, give me Cat just on her own for the next couple of hours. So it's just me and Cat time.
Cool.
Yeah,
Very cool.
and I do that. I was gonna do that on Tuesday. Well, Tuesday I had Fatima stay overnight.
Uh-huh.
Wednesday I was gonna drop her off at 11, and then have cat time for about an hour or two. Just me and her.
Very
Because
cool.
yeah, it's true. I am aware, but Fatima's very needy or demanding. Well,
Mm.
that's normal, isn't it?
Yeah, she's 2. 2-year-olds are normally needy and demanding.
Oh God.
It is a, how do you say, you ever hear of the terrible twos?
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, makes sense. I thought it was me.
Nope, not you. That's the way they are.
Oh, right.
They're learning their independence in their way. So
Yeah,
it's totally normal, and I wouldn't worry about it in the least bit. And the fact that you then make sure to give Kat her own time too is really important, and that's amazing that you do it.
yeah. Sometimes I don't know whether I'm reading into it too much. All this drama that's happened between me and the missus, divorces. I feel like I don't know whether it's had a massive impact on Fatima. That's why she's so clingy. When I'm at my parents, I can't even go to toilet without her crying and chasing me up.
Mm-hmm. Uh, it's normal, mostly I think because she's in a straight. For her, your parents is still considered as strange surroundings. She can sense that you don't feel comfortable there, and she doesn't necessarily feel comfortable over there. She looks to you for the approval. Don't kid yourself.
Wow. It's true. I don't feel comfortable there.
Well, let's work on changing that because you do want her to feel comfortable there eventually. You
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
you don't want them to give her the stuff that they gave you, but you want her to be strong enough to be able to go there, accept them for who they are, take the love that they give, and leave all the rest behind.
yeah. But I
So,
can see my mum's how critical she is and how I mean she's worked in a nursery nurse. She was a nursery nurse, so she has her ways, of sort of discipline and a lot of times it's don't do that, don't tidy up, don't do that, don't. It's like flipping it, mum. 2-year-old, let him be. So that's what I decided.
to,
Because
it's a good idea.
when I'm there, yeah, I think feel like shit. Sorry, they're making a mess and blah blah blah. My parents, I brought to me the other day, they made a mess.
That's what they do.
Yeah, and I was all right with it. I thought, right, okay, make a mess. It's all right. Do you know what I mean? Chips, food all over, sweets all over. I was all right with it. But when they do it at my parents,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, without them in your mind, go to your parents' house. How do you feel now?
without the kids,
Yeah, just you.
oh, the calls come back.
Okay, look at the failure switch. Where's that at?
Oh, it was 7, but it's going down. 5, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Okay, what happened to the cold?
It's gone.
Try turning the failure switch back up, see what happens instead.
Nothing.
Okay, stay down at 0. Now get your self-worth dial. Where's that over there?
10.
Good. And what's changed in the picture that you have of yourself with your parents?
I'm not a child anymore.
And how are you holding yourself over there?
Sorry?
When you see yourself, how is your stand? Are you standing tall and strong? Or are you standing weakened?
No, tall, strong.
Okay. And how's your father accepting it?
Yeah. Well, it's because I'm a successful businessman in his eyes.
Is that okay?
But I want those things. I have my goals and vision of what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But does it really matter if he's okay with it?
Does it?
Because no matter what I do, it will never be enough for him. there'll always be another person who's better, another person more and more, you know.
Start
And
tapping.
I'm not
There's
responsible.
always going to be someone better.
There's always going to be someone better.
He's always going to find someone better than me.
You'll always find someone better than me.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it means.
Whatever it presents.
Whatever it represents.
All the sensations, the colors, the images.
All the sensations and the colours and the images.
All the memories, the attachments.
All the memories, attachments.
I eliminate them.
I eliminate them.
I release them.
I release them.
And I let them go.
I let them go.
It's all a reflection of him.
It's a reflection of him.
Because if he didn't see it in himself, he wouldn't see it in me.
If he couldn't see it in himself, he's not going to see it in me.
I choose to let that feeling go.
I choose to let that feeling go.
I choose to know that I'm a work in progress.
I choose to know I am a work in progress.
And as long as I feel good with what I'm doing,
as long as I feel good about what I'm doing,
that's the only thing that counts.
That's the only thing that counts.
I take back my power.
I take back my power.
I'm an adult.
I'm an adult.
With 2 children.
With 2 children.
I'm taking control over taking care of my children.
I'm taking control of taking care of my children.
I'm taking control of taking care of my life.
I'm taking control of taking care of my life.
I take my power back.
I take my power back.
I'm safe.
I am safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Peace. Now what I want you to do is I want you to step into his body. And I want you to look through his eyes at his self-worth style. Where's it at? Reach out and touch it. Notice where he feels it inside as you touch it. Turn it up. Notice the shifts and changes occur inside as you do. Okay, trying to turn it down, see what happens instead.
It's gone down to 7.
Notice where you feel it inside. Turn it back up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur as you do.
Back to 10.
Okay, try to turn it back down, see what happens instead.
It's not going.
Okay, now through his eyes, look at his failure switch. See where that's at.
That's at 7.
Okay. Reach out and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside as you touch it. Turn it down. Feel the shifts and changes occur inside as you do.
Feeling a lot cold.
Is the cold leaving? Good. Okay.
Zero.
Try turning it back up. See what happens instead.
Nothing.
Okay. Go back into your body and see how he looks at you now. Always somebody better than you. Somebody richer, somebody more successful. What's changed?
He's happier.
And how are you feeling over there?
I'm happy too.
Okay. Now step into your mom. And through her eyes, look at her control board. See where her self-worth is at.
Can I just come in?
Yeah?
Just talking about my mom.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think wasn't last week, the week before. We did tap in upstairs in their house when I had the Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
and I was feeling great. And it was dinner time, and so I more or less had to go down straight away. And I was feeling that a bit of a. I was meant to tell you this last week, but I forgot. And I was feeling that, happy child. I was there just being me,
Mm-hmm.
happy, jolly. And my mum was giving everyone dinner, chicken to him, me, my dad, my brothers, and one of my foster brothers. But I've only got one.
Mm-hmm.
And my mum gave me and my brothers seconds. And all I said was, what about him? The foster brother. My mum got angry and looked at me like that. And he said something. And I just remember, that jolliness just went. And I was just shut down. I thought, whoa, flipping it.
Okay, go exactly over there and step into her shoes. Look through her eyes at her self-worth dial. What's her number?
Zero.
Reach out and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside as you do. Turn it up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn it up.
it's gone to 10.
Okay, what's happened inside? What's changed?
In me.
In her. In you inside of her.
Well, I felt this warm sensation coming down.
Okay, good. Now try turning it back down, see what happens instead.
Nothing's happening.
Okay,
Nothing
go
down.
back to the scene, see what's changed. Step back into your body. And you just said, what about him? What happened?
She happily came.
Okay. Silly words, I'm a failure.
I'm a failure.
That was easy.
Oh, God.
How strong?
I feel like, wow, is it that simple
Isn't it that
to
simple?
change?
Yeah. It actually is that simple. But don't fool yourself. When you were going inside and you felt the changes happening in your body, you were changing experiences that you held inside of you. And once you change them, they're different. And everything that happens around is different also.
Don't forget, if you like this video, leave a like down below, subscribe to my channel, or subscribe to my newsletter. The address is right down below over there. Have a great week.